Greetings, this is the Instrument Sidekick video for the percussion, page 22. New songs, can you figure them out? Page 22, new songs, can you figure them out? So there's some new stuff going on here, and you haven't learned these songs yet, so they're going to be pretty cool. First, we're starting off with Star Wars, okay? We've got that key signature thing, which means the B's and E's are flat, 4 beats in a measure in our time signature, and then we've got some new stuff, okay? So you still have to remember, without labeling down, all your every good burger deserves fries, face in the spaces, going down underneath the staff, D, then C, then B flat. All right, you got to remember all of that, all right? And then half notes, remember that you count 2 numbers when you get a half note, but then here's a different challenge. We have a half note, okay, starting at beat 3, which would go through beat 4, and you have another half note, which you would think would be beat 1 of the next measure after the bar line, and that it would therefore be going 1, 2. But see that guy right there connecting the 2 notes? That is a tie. That's a tie. And it says, do not hit the bells again through here. Just let it ring much longer. So what that means is I still count both those half notes, 3, 4, and 1, 2. 3, 4, 1, 2. But I do not hit the second half note. I just count the half note. I also do not stop the sound, okay? So I hit on beat 3 and let it ring through saying 4, 1, 2, okay? So on here it's going to sound like 3, 4, 1, 2. 3, 4, 1, 2. All right? So that's what a tie does. You still count all the rhythms, but you let the sound ring on, okay? So without hitting again, okay? And that is very, very, very important concept. So that's going to be a little challenging. All right? Then over here we have eighth notes, okay? So we went through 1, 2. Beat 3 is an E flat. And then we have eighth notes, which are different. Up till now, whenever you've had eighth notes, you've said the number in the and. So in this case, 4 and, because we have 1, 2 for the half note, beat 3 for the quarter note. So we're on 4 and, all right? So 4 and, but up till now, it's always been the same pitch. You'd say 4 and, but you'd be hitting the same note. Now you got to change notes on the and, okay? So that is a bit challenging. Just because it's a different note doesn't give it another number. You don't say 4, 1, okay? Or say 4, 5 or anything like that. Nope, it's still 4 and. The and just has its own pitch, okay? And we have a high B flat there. So we had a low B flat over here, high B flat over here. Remember, you've got to keep track of which one's on your left, which one's on your right. Whenever there's a big leap, I highly suggest that you put your left hand near the low notes and your right hand near the high notes. All right? And so you got to work out all the counting of Star Wars through all the ties and all the ands and all that fun stuff. Then we have Rudiment Run. Okay? So Rudiments, this doesn't have any flam taps in it, but this is what single paradiddles look like, flams look like, and drags look like. Okay? So paradiddles are anytime you have 4 of the same rhythm in a row and the first one has an accent. That's why it's a paradiddle. Okay, so you get the accented note if you remember, and you're doing the diddle so you can raise the other stick to get ready for the next para. All right, so you have paradiddle, paradiddle. Then flams are a little tiny note next to a big note. In this case, it's going to be next to a quarter note. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, but it's still flam, 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 flam. So here we're counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, but you're playing paradiddle, paradiddle. Here you're playing flam, 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 but you're still counting 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we have a single paradiddles again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And now in a half note, we have 2 tiny notes next to a large note. The 2 tiny notes is that little double bounce. So remember, rough or a drag is just like a flam, except you get a double bounce on the low stick. So dig-a-dum, rough, rough, rough. But you're counting still 1, 2, 3, 4 because they're half notes. Okay, but you're playing rough, rough. And then you have a repeat sign. Here you had a double bar, which meant to stop. Here you have a repeat sign, so you got to do it all again. Okay? So with repeat sign, if I say what you're playing, you're going to go paradiddle, paradiddle, flam, 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 flam. Paradiddle, paradiddle, rough, rough. Paradiddle, paradiddle, flam, 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 flam. Paradiddle, paradiddle, rough, rough. But you're counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you repeat. Okay? So, lots going on here. Okay? So, let's hear what it sounds like. Alrighty. Think you can see things there? Alright. Alright. So I will do my best with this weird angle to try and play Star Wars. So this is Star Wars, okay? Because as a treble clef, we got to remember the ties, that you count through the next note under the tie without hitting it again. So you're not going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. No, no, no. It's going to go 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. All right. So let's see if I can do this. Here I go now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, off. All right. So that is that one. And now for the rudiment run. All right. So let's move this over. Grab some sticks. All right. Obviously, got to have our matched grip going on here. All right. All right. Up till now, you're hopefully still keeping a beat every day. You're still doing your paradiddle, 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 paradiddle. You're still doing your flams, flam, 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 flam taps, flam tap, flam tap, flam tap, flam tap. You're doing your roughs or drags. Sorry. You're still doing your roll step 1. Roll step 2. Roll step 3. All right. You're still doing all that every single day. All right. Now we have a rudiment run. All right. So here I go. Counting correctly, but I've still got to do paradiddles, flams, and roughs all in the right place and not forget to repeat. Here I go now. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So, lots of challenges. Lots of counting out loud, okay? Remember, I want you counting out loud so I can hear you. Get used to counting right out loud. Practice it that way. Obviously, when you get to a point where we're performing in front of others, you'll learn to change that to a whisper, but I'd rather you used to counting out loud and having to change to a whisper rather than the other way around. So, practice, practice, practice. You have to still do all that stuff I just explained that you got to keep doing on the the sticks. You still got to keep doing your B flat scale with the rolls and the counting and all that. And you still have to keep doing your Bile Them Cabbage Down page, okay? I want you to keep up with that skill. If we were to have a concert, I would definitely have us playing that in a concert. So I want you to keep used to it and keep used to counting correctly. And then, if you've passed the rhythm and foot test page and the old songs page, that's fine. You can skip over to this new songs page if I've passed you on those other ones. All right. So lots of things to practice. Hopefully lots and lots of fun. I'm enjoying myself. I hope you are as well. May the force be with you.